Hey friends, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a walkthrough of my kind of October, just Halloween and fall memories for 2022. So this was the first year I'd ever done anything like this, and I did think that I would be alright adding fall and Halloween kind of in the same album. I quickly discovered that I did not really enjoy that, but I was already kind of in the zone, and so I finished it for this year's albums. For my 2023 and going forward, they are definitely always going to be separate albums. But this album came from Spellbinders, I believe. We're just looking for some more kind of visual inspiration, something quick. I will do a sped up version of this as well. This will be more of the chattier version, kind of showing a little bit more detail and talking about processes for some of these pages. So we are just going to get into it. All kinds of different collections that I've used for these projects. If there's something that you're like, oh my gosh, I love that, let me know and I can try to figure out where it came from. I'm a little concerned about the glare because so many of these are in page protectors, but hopefully we can get through that and it's not too terribly bad. But yes, this is 2 albums. Oh, this is my second album. So this one first. I do still need to do some kind of stamping or label. I also really like the idea of adding dangles to my albums, but because this is fall and Halloween, I'm not sure what a dangle for those two combined would look like, so I haven't done that. But yes, let's just get into this. So this is not a full, complete album. And I know, why am I starting new albums if these aren't complete? And I often think that to myself too. But sometimes it's just, you get excited to start a new project, and I'm happy where these albums are. So will I complete them someday? Maybe. Also, maybe not. So I just thought I would share this with you. It is September 12th, so I have been getting into the Halloween spirit. So this is just a beautiful fall day. A screenshot of the weather, absolutely gorgeous. This is just from a sticker book. I had all these random little leaf stickers. I put that on there. This flips up with another photo from that day. I was going to do some journaling here, but that never happened. And then here is just a photo of my son with some leaves changing colors in the background. A clear sticker here says grateful for you. Just a couple different layers. So that's one day. Each year we go to this orchard. It's called Tanner's Orchard. It's just a family tradition here. I did their logo and I printed it on vellum. I have a little epoxy piece here that I had made and I doubled it up. And so this map I had gotten off of their website. So I just used that here. I did some journaling on some vellum there. Love how that turned out. Here is just a big old photo of our group. And so here I just did a bunch of 2x2 photos. Some are on acetate, some are just pure 2x2 photos. And some of these photos, like you can see right here, they were panning. And so my son had actually gotten some arrowheads. And so I included that. It really did bulk up this part of the album, but I love it. It works just fine. This little cutie pie piece. Some of these flip up for more photos. We did golfing, and then they just had all kinds of little activities that the kids can do. Here I never finished, but we have another little epoxy piece. Got a little glitter tattoo. Again, that sequin mix on this side. Just all kinds of things. I do everyday stories, cardstock, my son getting his hair cut, and then afterwards. And then here on the side, I have some journaling. So everyday life with a twist. This isn't just a normal haircut. This is a preparing for your first school photo haircut. So we have that. And then here on this other side is not so everyday life. And so story time. My son started preschool and I used to wait outside until it was time to go pick him up. Just waiting to go get him. And this day I had noticed a bunch of kids outside, and I had originally thought that, you know, maybe they took him for a walk or on the block or something. But I saw them standing there and I'm like, you know, they're definitely waiting for something. And then I noticed that they started going back in. So I took this photo right here. You won't be able to see, but it's my son's class and I could see him walking back into the school. And I get up there. Turns out somebody pulled the fire alarm. And do you want to guess which child that was? That was my child. So this was, I don't know, maybe the second week of school, and he had pulled the fire alarm. So, I mean, take those photos because you never know what kind of stories might come from them. But there's that. This is a cut file I got for my Cricut. I love using my Cricut for lots of things, but especially albums like this. So this was a cut file. I added Making More Memories. This text along here, I did an outline of it just so, you know, this hanging off here would just be super delicate. And then on the back side, I kind of pieced together some photos of a night that we just made s'mores in the backyard. So my son, him feeding a graham cracker to our dog, and then just photos. So that is fun. This was the year that Hocus Pocus 2 came out, so I just did the movie poster there, layered it up a little bit, added a couple random stickers, these witch feet sticking out of the top, and then just some journaling on the back. My husband does farming, and so harvest is a big thing every year. This was a treat bag I'd gotten from Hobby Lobby, and so here, again, I probably meant to do some journaling, but just layered up some pieces here. This is a photo, and I had so many photos without it looking really busy on the page, so just some photos from that day he went to help during harvest. So just a fun way to add a bunch of photos. This is just decorating the house. So my son was 3 here, and so I just got some window clings and just let him put them on there. This is just kind of the end effect of that. Up here we have this little piece that pulls out. So Halloween decor for the year. The frame trick or treat sign came from some boo mail sent by Jocelyn, a crafty friend. So, and here, a haunted home is a happy home. So this is just a cute little decorative piece. It was fun to use up these stickers. And so here on the back side is just some more. So this is the sign that we had on our door that year. I have no idea where it's at now. This is that trick or treat sign that I had journaled about, and then just some fun little pieces that I'd put up. Here we have a fall layout. This day I actually went to go get some tickets for a hayride ride that was coming up, but during my drive home I kind of took this back road and I noticed a pony, and so cute. I had some time, so I just thought I'd stop and see it for a minute, and I pulled over, went over by this gate, and just one after another ponies just kept coming up. And this, you can't tell, but it's like a big hill down here and it's all covered with trees. So I think there ended up being like 7 or 8 ponies. That it was really cool because, you know, I had no idea that all of them were there. So snapped a quick picture and went on about my day. But yeah, Autumn is Calling magical fall friends. So I like kind of incorporating different pieces for titles. It is good to see you, and I'm pretty sure this had said fall, it's good to see you, but I just cut that off there. This was supposed to have journaling, did not. But this is actually on the back of a page protector, and so this is a story that never got finished, but it's just every day after school, it just became a routine that my son and I would take a little stroll around the block and just enjoy the weather. So I had this story on this side, which is why I kind of just did strips of paper here to cover this side. So on another random day, I took my son to a state park to ride his bike and noticed this incredible tree. It was the reddest, most beautiful tree I think I've ever seen in my life. So definitely had to document that. Just let him play in the leaves a little bit. Some ribbon here. Flip this up, just another couple of photos. He had given me some leaves and a flower, so I just kind of arranged those and took a photo. Some stickers here for this pocket, and then just some more photos. Here was my son's preschool photos, and so before he went to school that day, we took a few photos, so him just being silly, cute, and then this was the actual photo. So this pre-K was cut out from the Cricut. And then we just have some little banner pieces here. Here, October 8th is my wedding anniversary. So there's some flowers that my husband got me. Some chipboard pieces from a collection. And then I just put 6 grateful, thankful, blessed years. They have definitely been a blessing, and we just have a great life together. This one, my first time probably stitching on a project. Again, during one of our walks, this tree was just really pretty. This picture does not do it justice, but I just had some paper here, some stickers, some clusters, and then it was kind of plain here on the corner, so I'm like, oh, I'll stitch. And I love how it turned out. So definitely continue to do these in my albums, and we'll do it again this year. Here is just another everyday life story. We went to go see my mom, and my son was helping pick up sticks or something, and one of the other people who lives at her building gave him $5 for the work he was doing. So we stopped here. He picked out his own ice cream, and then this pulls out. Again, meant to do some journaling, but did not. So that slips back in there. Here we were just watching the stars one night. I had this in my stash for forever probably. I did some stamping on there. This pulls out again. It's supposed to have some journaling. It doesn't. But gaze at the stars. These photos are really dark, but I love having that story. This, we have a garden pretty much every year, and this was the first year we did potatoes. We haven't done potatoes since either, but my husband digging them up. Here's my son holding one, and we got 3 whole potatoes that year. So just a little kind of corduroy heart there, some stickers. But yeah, this was our potato bounty that year. The Pizza Ranch, this was a restaurant we discovered during this time and absolutely love it. Cut this current family favorite out on my Cricut. Still one of our favorites. We loved going there. Here's another harvest layout. This was documented because we stopped at Wendy's to get my husband some lunch, and my son said hi to the cashier, and she was like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. Do you want a Frosty? And just gave him a Frosty. So he was very excited that day. And this is just us dropping off some food to my husband. And again, had to journal. Haven't. I guess it's another good reason to do these videos, because if I'm ever wondering what's going on in this photo, I can just watch these videos. Also, I do love adding ribbon and strips of paper along here, adding eyelets. It's just a fun texture. It's a good way to use up the ribbon that I have. I usually will just stick it on there a little bit, and then as you can see here, I love stitching down the center. Here is just another beautiful day. Picked up my son from school and took him to the park. The trees were gorgeous. We have this cute heart here. I think that's a couple stickers layered on top of each other. Grateful for you. And then just some fun photos of him. A little cluster of stickers there. Again, some more trim. This was a day outside. So here my son was just handing me some flowers, just some stickers here. This actually pulls out with a close-up of the flowers he gave me that day. And this one was fun. So it was the return of the McDonald's, hopefully the glare isn't too bad right here, the return of the McDonald's Happy Meal bucket. And so I cut this out with my Cricut, this out with my Cricut, just backed it on some paper. And then this was an SVG that I had gotten, and I actually split it all up, did different layers so I could pull this out and just do a picture of my son with his bucket that year. And so this is not finished on the back, but there is a magnet here, there is a magnet on the inside of here, and so this won't just fall out on its own. The way I put it on there, it sits snugly and it looks really cute. And I was so proud of how this one turned out. So I'll probably incorporate something like that again this year. I know the buckets look a little different each year. So we have that. This was a little trick-or-treat trail that I signed my son up for. We just have some puffy candies here. These are buttons that I cut the backs off of. Just random stickers. This trick-or-treat trail ride I cut out with my Cricut. And then here we just have a couple of layers of pockets. So we have one here. We have this spiderweb acetate that I had gotten from Paper House Productions. Love it. I don't think they carry it anymore, but I still have plenty of it in my stash. And then this was just from the event page on Facebook. So, and then I cut that out and just backed them on each other. And then just some photos of the ride that he took that year. And just some other horses that they had there. And so yeah, these just stack in here. Here is another pocket page, and so this is a private residence that they do kind of go all out for Halloween. Each year they let people come on, they accept donations, but this was our first year going, so this I cut out with my Cricut with some vinyl on some, and put on some vellum, and then just some trim here in the background, and just some photos of our visit there. So we actually, this was our first year going, and we went again last year, and now they're moving, so it will not be there anymore, which is sad. My son really loved going there, so some more photos from there, and it's just a big old setup of all kinds of creepy Halloween displays. And so that is the first album. If you had seen in my prep video for 2024, I had shown these letter stickers, and I had mentioned I had used them before, and so this is where it was at. Love making my son's Halloween costume every year. Here we have, I need to put a sticker or something there, but this is just some journaling. Mom's DIY a spider costume, and Alex's DIY a Halloween countdown. And so this was all of the materials that I had gotten to make his costume, and this is him with his costume. So spooktacular DIY, and so here's my DIY, here's his, and so I let him do this countdown with these rings so he could take off every day, and some stickers. And so some of the leftover stickers that he didn't use, I just did along the spine here. Very fun. This is that acetate I talked about, super nice quality. I just like it. And so I just wanted it here kind of as a filler page. And so, you know, I had made that spider costume, super proud of it, and we went to this trunk or treat, and he was not interested in wearing it. He wanted to be a cowboy, and so that is what he did. Our little cowboy here, and just some photos of the night. Some journaling here. Just back in there, and again, some die-cut ribbon. Love adding that. Here is a school event, so they had done monthly family events, and so this was the one for October, and so this is the actual flyer for that. I was able to put that in there, make this a pocket here in the back, and then just some stickers, some stamping. They had given each of the kids these little badges with their names on it, so I had saved it. Again, just more photos from the night here. Meant for some journaling that never happened. He actually won a game that night. Not sure if yep, right here. He actually won kind of like a little raffle that they had in this game, and we still play this game now, which is fun. This is the Enchanted Pumpkin Festival. It's something that they have been doing every year since they started. Again, die cut ribbon, just some photos from the evening. This was a little friend we went with. This was actually an embellishment from Tina's Craft Creations. It was a long pick that I just cut down, fit perfect there. This, I loved it. This actual trunk or treat display, covered in spider webs. My son was dressed as a spider, so it was perfect. In preschool, there is a very short school day, and so they don't get to dress up in costumes, so I had gotten him this little, I mean, I think it was a pajama set, but he wore it. I loved both of these photos, and so I just did one behind the other. Just some clusters, stickers here. Again, the ribbon, eyelets. Here I glued on some buttons. Like that. This is just a filler page. This was a wood spider web. Backed it with some holographic foil paper, painted this black. And this was a great use up of these characters in the collection I was using that year. Here was Halloween night, I do believe, and so just my son. This is a fun little textured spider. Spectacular Halloween. And then this is what we did for Halloween night. We went to a couple different events. We went to a Halloween party and a boo bash at a church. And so these are just some photos of the festivities. Very fun. At this time too, we were moving into a new home. So this is just a little layout about that. Our keys. This was a charm, a little adhesive brad cluster down here. Life was very simple back then. We didn't have internet, we didn't have cable, and so we were just playing a lot of games, being outside a lot. My son loved all of the space. Our mailbox was a little bit of a longer walk than we had ever been used to, and so my son was actually using this little tractor. It would bring packages home. This was my son's first day at his new school. And so again, nothing to do with fall or Halloween, but just a really exciting day for that time in our life. So just a bunch of stickers. This was our dog's birthday. Hopefully you can see she was all black. These aren't the best quality photos. She is no longer with us, so this was extra special. Every year, dogs got burgers and ice cream for their birthdays. So these are just photos of him feeding her ice cream. This was my son's first time ever riding the bus, so this was very exciting. Here I had some space for journaling that I did not do, but this is just a dimensional sticker. Here is me asking him for a photo and him telling me that finger, one mom, okay mom, just one. But this is him getting on the bus, off the bus, and just a cute little photo. This was Thanksgiving Eve, I do believe. We always do pumpkin snickerdoodles. So this is just my son helping me. Here's a little flip up. Some journaling that I actually completed. This cookies. We spent some time with his cousins. Did some stamping here. Some tags here. Again, the eyelets, the trim. Cluster of stickers. And then Thanksgiving Day we spent at home. My husband fried a turkey. Just our dog. This is a crocheted pumpkin from Vagabond Crafter, her mom, Connie. Our pumpkins that year, we actually didn't carve them. So our turkey, our dog with her wing. Here is Thanksgiving, so I just used a bunch of little phrase stickers and put them up here. And then just us with our plates and our food. And so here also I need to get a little 6x8 pocket here, but I do have some cards from some Happy Mail I received from Tina's Craft Creations and Jocelyn. So that is a quick-ish flip through of my fall and Halloween memories for 2022. I really fell in love with this project this particular year, and I'm excited to continue on. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be on the lookout for additional albums coming up, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.